Hello, friends, and Happy New Year! I am ND Gamer Mom, and we are on episode 7 of our Slow Chill Forever World Let's Play. I do hope that this new trip around the sun is treating you well so far. Thank you so much again for joining me. Now, last time we did a lot of work at our surface waypoint, and then we ended by releasing some axolotl friends into this water feature behind us. And as you can probably see, there are no axolotls swimming in here. So Thanks-a-Lotl actually climbed herself immediately up that waterfall and had herself the best time going on a killing eating spree in the fishing area before diving into one of the underground caverns there, which I ordinarily wouldn't mind, except there are a lot of magma blocks down there, and I'm really worried about our friends getting injured. So I went ahead and took Snaxolotl and Sir Lancelotl and put them back in their buckets, and I think what I want to do is utilize some of this space that we have way up there and make them a new place of their very own that's a little safer, away from mobs, away from magma and fire, and see if we can make them cozy. So here is the area that I think I want to refurbish for our new friends. Just to give you some context, there's some of the mine shaft right over there, and our base is over here in this direction, so I'll have to make a new staircase up here. But as you can see, we already have some water here, and we have some water and clay pools over here. So I'd really like to see what we can do to spruce this place up and make it comfortable for our friends. I'm going to go gather some materials now, and I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, I've gathered a lot of what I'm going to need, but before we dive into transforming this area, there's just one thing I have to do. For science, you see. Alright, that wasn't too bad. All right, friends, come on, and I'll show you what we've done here. Let's follow our temporary little staircase up here. I'm not really sure what we're going to do with the rest of this area yet, but once we have that figured out, we'll make something a little more elegant. If we come up here, you can see that we took our original water feature and we built ourselves a stream that comes all the way down here and connects up with where that other pool was. We built ourselves this cute little footbridge so we can still get to this lush area right here. We'll probably turn it into some sort of relaxation area at some point. Not sure what, but we'll come up with something. And then if we come back around here, we have another path that leads to the other side of this pool so we can come visit our friends wherever they are. Now, while we were working on getting this all built up, some axolotls started to spawn in, which really I'll take as a sign that our friends are going to be so happy here. So let's go ahead and add them in. So of course we've got Snaxolotl, now accompanied by Snaxolittle, Sir Lancelot, and of course, Thanxolotl the second. There they go. And while our friends get acclimated to their new home over here, away from all the magma blocks, I want to talk about what we're going to do next. While we're here in this area where the mine shaft is, I thought it might be fun and interesting to build our enchanting area using some of this some of the existing structure here and see what other builds we can connect up with the mine shafts that are already here. So I'm going to go gather materials and we'll see what we come up with. And for those of you who are sensitive, this might be a good time to cover your eyes. Grab a snack, get a warm beverage, check back in a couple of minutes. be friends? Oh, you were being so sweet and trusting. Oh, on the first one. Oh, thank you, cutie. All right, shall we go home? Yeah, I know somebody who would love to be your friend. Come, come. Hi, Doggo Ginger Snap. I brought you a friend. Oh yeah, Ginger Snap likes that area too. Hello. And I know somebody who would love a friend. Hey buddy, look! I brought you some company. And I hope you two will become very good friends. Alright, I'm gonna leave you to it. Yes, we will come give you names soon, and I'm gonna have to give you different colors too, so we can, yeah, so we can tell you apart. Although I guess you do have pretty different coloring. Yes, you're both beautiful. Alright, my loves, let's go back. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's right. Alright, so now that we've gathered everything that we need for our enchanting setup, I want to show you what I've got started. So come on, follow me upstairs and I'll show you. So you can see it's a typical sort of space. We have all of our bookcases built, have a chest for storing our lapis, our anvil, our grindstone if we get some enchants that we want to remove, and we have space for our enchanting table. But as you can see, we don't yet have the books to make everything. And I haven't mentioned before, but I'm actually an independent bookbinder. I've been working with various forms of traditional bookbinding practices for a little over a decade now. And it's a very time and labor intensive process. So I've had to set up a couple of areas. I'll show you what I've been busy with. So down here is actually our paper making station. So over here we have our cauldron. This is where we are going to add our sugar cane and then our soda ash. And we're just gonna let that boil in the water, and the heat from the water and the acidity from the soda ash will break down the non-cellulose parts of the sugar cane into a soft fiber that we can use for making paper. Once the fibers are soft and broken down, we'll come over here and we can take our hoe and mash everything down until it's a really nice fine pulp. Then after that, we come here and we are going to float our pulp on top of this water and then use our frame to scoop up the pulp. And then we'll spread that pulp all nice and even on our frame and then set it up like the ones you can see behind us and leave it to dry. And then after that, when they're dry enough to handle, we'll turn them out onto the wool cushion cloths that we have set up here. and let them dry completely. And after that, they'll be finally ready to fold and sew into signatures so that we can bind our books. Now, as you can see, I've already been busy working on this process. So I have several pages pulled and drying in the frames. I have some that are doing their final dry on the cushion cloths right here. And then I'm going to take the paper we've already made upstairs and we'll get to work on making the actual books. So this is the space we're working with. You can see that I've already hung up the paper that I have dried. We have our beeswax here so that we can wax our thread. Nice big surface for being able to fold our paper into signatures and punch holes for sewing. And then on the opposite side, we have our leather hung and stretched, waiting to be used to cover our binding boards. We have some water, that's to keep our leather nice and soft and supple for wrapping. We have a brush and our pot of wheat paste so that we can glue everything together. Now, I use a lot of different methods for book binding, but when I am hard binding using leather for covers, I really love sewing on cords in the medieval tradition. So you can see I have my sewing frame set up behind me with some cords already strung, and once I get my signatures folded, this is where I will stack them so I can actually sew them all together. So this is going to be a long process. I'll touch base with you when I have enough books to make our setup. See you soon. Alright, that is all of our book binding done. You can see we have filled all of our bookcases and built our enchanting table. And she does get us to level 30. So it looks like we set everything up right. Now there's only one thing that needs left to do, and that is to collect enough diamonds to re-outfit ourselves in full diamond armor and build ourselves some new tools and get our experience levels up so that we can properly enchant everything. Alright, we're back at our enchanting area. We have made ourselves a brand new full kit of diamond armor, as well as tools, since we did manage to grab a full stack of diamonds while we were out mining. I hope 45 is enough levels to get some good enchants on what we have, but I'm so excited because while we were mining for quartz in the nether to gain some XP, we found our very first piece of ancient debris. I have never made netherite armor before, so I'm hoping that's something I'll be able to do as I progress in this world. We also came across a bastion remnant while we were out there, and while I was just thinking to myself after encountering this guy, we weren't quite equipped to deal with the brutes yet. We accidentally dug right back into their basement and found a chest with some snoot armor trim in it. So we'll have to have fun decorating with that at some point later. We'll duplicate it and see what we can do. All right, let's see if we can get lucky today. Fire protection would definitely be good for the nether. Protection 3, that would be, I think, a good all around. Okay. Blast protection would definitely help against creepers. What can we get on the boots? Fire protection again. Still protection 4. You know, I think I'm gonna go ahead and take that. Unbreaking and thorns. Okay, I'm not mad at that. Protection 3 still. Protection 3. What can we get for tools? Okay, unbreaking wouldn't be bad if we got something else with it. Let's take a look. And just unbreaking 3. Okay. Efficiency, that's what we were hoping for. Oh, and silk touch and unbreaking. Yes, that is good. We like that. What can we get here? Fortune 2 wouldn't be bad. Alright, it looks like prop 3 is going to be the best we can get on the pants, so we'll take that. Depth Strider, not really interested in. What are we offering? Fortune 3, that's better. And Fortune 2, we'll take it. And Unbreaking, we like that. Oh, and we are out of levels, so we'll have to do a little bit more mining and come back and try again and see if we can get something good on our books too. But all in all, I'm not too mad for a first round of enchants. Particularly excited about that efficiency and silk touch axe. That's going to be nice. Now, I'm not heading back to the nether just yet, so I think we're going to grab our old worn out armor and tools just for general work, and when we're ready to go adventure, we'll put on our new set. So we will keep these safe here. Come back and enchant these boots. Go ahead and leave the books here for now too. Before we go off on our next adventure, I just kind of have a couple of general projects I want to get done around here. Not least of all this basement. Number one, we're still spawning a lot of slimes in it. So I think we're going to do our best to kind of slime proof a little bit in here, just so that we're not surprised while we're trying to work in here. But also, I have so much unutilized space. I think I'd like to make it just a bit of a better work area. Give us some more room to build and craft all the things that we need to survive down here. And our renovations are done, so I will show you what we've done inside. As you can see, we have so much more space now to work and craft and build things without having to bend over and put too much strain on our back. We put lots of carpeting down, not too close to our lava farm. We don't want a fire hazard, but this will help our feet and our back not hurt while we're working and keep the slimes from spawning in here. And as you can see, we've added some additional storage on both sides, and we still have some above head room in case we need more storage later on. Of course, we went and visited our animals so that we could get wool to lay the carpet down here, and while we were there, we fed and took care of them, tried to rebuild our levels a little bit. And since we did go ahead and add some more storage space, we utilized the opportunity to finally take down all of the random chests that we've had piling up around all of the various places that we've been building our project. So just in general, getting things cleaned up now, making this really look like home, both above ground and down here at our main base. Before we finish out for today, there's just one more project that I want to undertake. I've been wanting to for quite some time. You can see out in the center area, we've kind of just been using for a little bit of a tree farm to gather resources while we're down here, so we don't always have to run above ground every time we need more wood. Not only is it not very efficient as far as tree farms go, but it's just not really such a nice view from the window, particularly when we've taken care to build up some of the other space. So we've gone ahead and I planted a new tree farm down by our strip mine. Gives us much more space to harvest much more wood. And I think it might be nice if we go ahead and take this down and bring back in some of the magic that drew us to the lush cave to begin with. Alright, let's see what happens if we plant one of you and fertilize you here. Whoa. Oh, that is beautiful. And maybe another one. Right here. Oh my goodness. Yes, I think these trees do bring some of this magic back into the area. I love how those grew out. So I think those are all the projects that I want to tackle today. So just to keep everything on the up and up, our death count for this episode was 3. As we were going around lighting things up while gathering resources, we ran into these guys. Enderman is the word I hear in my head when they are around, along with, don't look, don't look. And as I was approaching them to say hello, this creeper snuck up and blew up and got them really, really angry with me. And while I was backed up in a 2x1 space trying to figure out how to get out of this predicament, because I really like these guys. I don't want to fight them. This skeleton attacked me, and he shot me so many times he broke my shield. So I kind of tried to make a run for it, and in the process of defending myself against the Enderman that got angered by the creeper explosion, I died. I did make it back to get my stuff before it despawned, and of course, not having any armor, the skeleton shot me again. So I got back, successfully got my things. The Endermen surprisingly were cool with me, except for this one. I don't know what happened. He got angry, and so again, I defended myself, which really broke my heart because, as near as I can tell, they're just travelers and builders like me, exploring the world's various materials they can get there and what they can make with it. And of course, the other thing I said is when they're near, I hear words in my head. Like all the sounds that they make to my ears actually make sense in my own language, in my head. Even the sounds of the zombies and the skeletons and the creepers, which is how I know that they don't like being under the control of the necromancer from this infection that has gotten a hold on them. They don't like having to constantly die and respawn and be pulled back into this world to do somebody else's bidding, which is why I try so hard to disable all of those necromancer spawning contraptions I find and light up all the areas that I can, because of course they can only be pulled back into the darkness. And if I light enough up before I release them, and get them far enough away from their spawners, put enough light between them and whatever contraptions I haven't found, then hopefully their souls are released from that cycle, and they can finally find rest elsewhere. So yeah, I would really like to get to know the Endermen better since they translate so much for me. See what else I can learn from them, but that will have to wait for another time. I'll give them a chance to cool down first. And then, like a total noob, I did this. That's right, I wasn't paying attention, mind above my head, and brought a whole bunch of gravel down on top of it. One of these days, I'm gonna make it through a whole episode without dying. This episode was not that one. But I do believe that is pretty much everything we wanted to accomplish today, except for one more thing. Of course, we do have one more item of business before we wrap up here, and that is naming our brand new family member. And here you go. I am very sorry. I need to get you a fish. And there you go, Oreo. Welcome to the family. Oh, and I have to admit, I am loving that new view from out of our window. I think I will do some more things just to enhance this area a bit more. Oh, even our slime seems to enjoy the lushness that has been brought back to this cave. Thank you so much, friends, for joining me on this adventure. As always, thank you for your patience. This video was actually supposed to go out a month ago, but I have been sick pretty much since the new year started. So you can probably hear in my vocal quality throughout this video that's been going on, recovering from the latest virus right now. But I hope to see you all again soon. Thank you for joining me. Take care of yourselves. Stay warm, eat, sleep, stay hydrated, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.